In this video, we'll learn how to use Filmic Pro for the iPad to record instructional videos for online learning. Before you start filming, confirm you have all of your equipment properly set up by watching our video on how to use the Online Learning Mobile Video Kit. With the iPad charged, set up, and ready to film, you'll want to open the Filmic Pro app. Filmic Pro is a powerful but simple video recording application. It gives us tools to change and lock the iPad's focus, exposure, and audio balance while recording. When you open the app, you'll see several icons on the screen. Starting at the lower left is the white balance lock, the focus lock, and the exposure lock. In the center, you'll see the time code. To the right is the playback button, the settings button, and finally, the record and stop button. First, confirm that the application settings are properly set up by opening the Settings menu. Select My Presets and click on Online Learning Preset. To begin filming, you must first lock in the correct white balance, focus, and exposure. Different lighting conditions cast different colors. The iPad will automatically adjust itself to try and achieve a true white, even while recording. To make sure our white is always white, we want to lock in the white balance. To do so, first point the camera at a white object within the scene, so it takes up most of the frame. You may see the iPad adjust slightly to make the white object appear white. Once the iPad is finished adjusting, toggle the white balance lock button so it turns red. Now the white balance is locked and the iPad won't accidentally shift colors while you film. Next, you'll want to set the focus. The iPad will dynamically focus on what object is within its focus icon. If you're walking around on a tour and constantly changing the distance between the objects and the iPad, you may want to leave the focus unlocked to allow it to automatically adjust. Otherwise, it's recommended to lock your focus by placing the focus icon over what you'd like to be in focus, and toggling the focus lock button so it turns red. Finally, we'll want to lock the exposure. Drag the icon over the surface the iPad should expose for. Usually this will be the focus of the shot. Once the exposure icon is over the correct surface, lock the exposure by toggling the exposure lock button so it turns red. With the white balance, exposure, and focus set, you are now ready to begin recording. If you're recording audio, you can visually monitor the audio settings by watching the on-screen meters. Try to keep your audio levels in the green area, with the loudest sounds peaking in the yellow. If you need to adjust the microphone sensitivity, open the gain slider by pressing on the small arrow button in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. That will reveal a few different icons. The icon you want to select is the microphone icon. By clicking on it, you'll reveal an audio gain balance. Adjust the audio gain by sliding the gain slider to the left or right. In this menu, you can also switch between the front and back cameras on the iPad by pressing the camera button. To make sure everything looks and sounds correct, you may want to record a test clip. With everything set, press the record button to begin recording. After 10 seconds, stop the recording by pressing the record button again. To review the clip, click the playback button to view a list of recently recorded clips. Select the clip you'd like to review to begin playing it. After reviewing, make any necessary adjustments to your audio, white balance, exposure, or focus. Remember to use your pre-production worksheet as a shot list to keep yourself organized while recording. Before recording, make sure the camera is level by checking that the horizontal lines are level and the vertical lines are straight up and down. Otherwise, you may have to adjust your tripod. When framing your shot, make sure to remove any distracting background or foreground clutter. Check the edges of the frame to make sure no unwanted elements, like light stands, have crept into the shot. Try not to cut people off at the joints. The bottom of the frame can cut across a person's stomach, but not their knees. Also, Remove distracting shadows by setting up and adjusting the LED lights included in the online learning video kit. When filming, make sure to focus on what matters most. The camera is the viewer's eye. Angles which are both informative and not typically seen are always the most interesting to watch. Try to capture multiple angles of the same action for more options while editing. If you're moving the camera while recording, avoid watering the garden or moving the camera around without intent. When panning or tilting, make sure you give yourself a start and stop point, otherwise the shot may become unfocused or disorienting. Make sure you give yourself about 5 seconds at the beginning and end of each video clip. This will save you time and give you more options while editing. Finally, and most importantly, take the camera out of the classroom. With the Online Learning Mobile Video Kit, you can record anything, anywhere. Once you've captured everything you need and have listed on your pre-production worksheet, it's time to begin editing. In the next tutorial, we'll learn how to import and edit your footage into an instructional video.